Maybe you landed up on this video after watching my previous video on how to make a video light, or you are genuinely looking at a way to make a quick, easy and a simple way to make a video light for your video production. Trust me, you will not be disappointed. The first thing we need for this project is a lampshade. Now you could use a cake pan, but it will be a bit expensive than this lampshade itself. You could also use a skillet, but then it will become too heavy once the lamp is done, once the light is done. There are so many reasons why this lampshade is the best candidate for this project. Number one, it is light in weight. It can be mounted anywhere. The second thing is it's got a reflective interior, which means it can bounce off all the light into the front direction, and you can also make holes in this very easily. You could take a small nail, make a hole, and then pry that hole and make it a bit larger using a Phillips screwdriver, and you will be done. Now the reason for making a hole is we need to be able to mount it somewhere once this lamp is done. And most of the camera accessories have got a 1/4 inch thread, so you might have to make a hole that is 1/4 inch wide. I'm going to mount a ball joint. This is very inexpensive. I got this for 100 rupees, and it's got a 1/4 inch thread, and it can be mounted on here like so. Why we do this is because once everything is done, we need to be able to articulate the light and position it according to our subject. So this gives you that ability. Otherwise, if you mount it directly to the light stand, it's going to be fixed and it's going to cause a lot of difficulties. This lampshade is made out of thin aluminum, so if you're going to stick LED strips here, if at all it is going to get warm, this lampshade, the body of this lampshade is going to dissipate all of that heat. The next thing we need is an LED strip, and this LED strip is a 50/50 SMD LED strip, and it is 5 meters in length, and there are 300 LEDs in the strip. This runs off 12 volt DC. There are a couple of things that you need to be mindful when buying an LED strip. It needs to have a good CRI. Somewhere above 90 or 95 is considered good, and you need to be particular about the color you want: warm white, natural white or cool white. I think this one is natural white. It is not really good, but I think it's good enough for this demonstration. When you buy LED strips like this, you get LED drivers like this, but these drivers are no good at all because it doesn't have a dimmer, and it does not have a dimmer maybe because the LED strip is really dim in combination with these drivers. So I'm going to use another adapter, which is like an SMPS based adapter, and this one costs around 200 rupees. You will need an adapter for most of the lights, so I will not consider this as a part of the budget that I'm allocating for the light. Another important thing of this project would be a PWM circuit, and this allows you to dim the light or brighten the light as per your requirement. The input of this circuit is 12 to 24 volts, which means if you have an adapter like this, a laptop adapter which runs off 24 volts, it is still good. You can use this in this project, and the output will always be 12 volts. I don't know how the circuit works, but you can use the potentiometer to adjust the brightness of the light emission. I'm going to show you the connections first, because once everything is set, I will not be able to show you the connections. So let's look at the connections first. Let us understand the connections. Now this is a 12 volt adapter, and this adapter is going to be connected to the wall socket, and it will convert 220 volts to 12 volts. Now this output here is going to be 12 volts, and it can be directly connected to the LED strip. This LED strip should never be connected to the wall socket directly, and it should always be connected to the wall socket using a driver like this or using an adapter. Now if you connect this adapter to the LED strip directly, the light output is not that great, and we will not be getting the dimming function, for which we are going to introduce this circuit, which is a PWM circuit, and it takes in voltages of 12 to 24 volt DC. Now since I have another adapter which can be used, and this has got 24 volts and 2 amps current, so I think I can use this adapter for this project, and the output is going to be 12 volts, and I'm going to use this adapter only because I'm using this circuit. If this were to be connected directly, it is going to fry the LEDs. So this is the connections, and once everything is connected, we should be able to dim or brighten the light using this potentiometer. I'd use this lampshade for something else, so I've made 2 holes on this already. One of the holes is good enough for this ball joint that I have, and the other hole we can mount the PWM circuit. Now if you can slightly give a pull, the plastic knob comes off, and there's a small nut here. We can take this nut off. Luckily in this case we have enough space here for this circuit to be fit inside. So let's fit that. Now let us start pasting the LED strips onto the inside part of the lampshade. Now LED strips generally have wire soldered onto both of these ends. We want the end with the wire soldered in the rear part of the lampshade. That's because we put the circuit in the rear part of the lampshade. So in my case, I'm going to start right away, but in case one of the ends does not have wire soldered in your case, you will have to start with the one that does not have the end soldered. I checked if this LED strip is adequate enough for this lampshade, and yes, it does, because I used clips to hold it in place and checked everything. It works perfectly. Now I can go ahead and simply stick this into the lampshade. I'm going to leave a little bit of a gap here, and it's because I'm going to make holes here in the lampshade in some 4 places, and that is to mount some kind of a diffusion material or some clips later if I need. So if I paste it to the edge, and if I try to make a hole, and it might ruin the circuit, so I'm going to paste it a little bit lower than the edge, somewhat like say 10 millimeters. I'm going to start from here. It's all done. It may or may not look good, and that's because of the curvature of the lampshade, and these strips are meant to be stuck straight, and because of the curvature they don't stick well. Also, the adhesive is a bit old and it was not sticking well properly, so I had to use a little bit of a sticky tape to get it in place. Now this will get the job done. One thing you need to be careful is, if you have the other end, the loose end sticking out like that, make sure you insulate that so that they don't short, and because the lampshade itself is also made of aluminum, so it is going to short, so it's better to insulate that. Not better, it's must to insulate that. Now I've removed the PWM circuit because it was coming in way of my work. Now I can connect it, and I can put it there inside and do the connections and give a check. You need to be mindful of the polarity. Now it says motor plus and motor minus on the circuit. The plus is where the red wire goes. So let's connect that. Adapters like these have a plus and a minus written on them, so it's quite easy to check. So we have a light that is completed. Now we can, this is on the lowest setting, it's quite dim now. Let me increase the brightness, and here it goes. Now this circuit here is meant to be able to handle 24 volts, but I don't think it's able to do that. So I've switched it back to another 12 volt adapter, and this seems to work fine. Now we can reduce the intensity of this light by using some diffusion paper or some diffusion cloth, and we have a really simple, quick and easy light. Let me set it up and see how it looks like. Now we can fix this guy back in its place. The light is ready. I've given it a paint job and it looks really nice. It's all hooked up, and I can now increase the light intensity or reduce it a little bit. Now this light can be diffused using a lot of different materials. I've got this translucent plastic sheet. I think I can use this. Not ideal because plastic will melt, but just for the purpose of demonstration, I think I can use this. What I'm going to do now is switch off all the lights and try to light any object using only this light. I've switched off the tube light. The light is placed somewhere near, like say 1.5 feet. I'm going to use a reflector to bounce light from the other side and see if it fills in for anything. And let's say, yeah, just take it out of the frame. Okay. Guys, I hope you like this video, and if you do, please share it with your friends. I do believe that this project can help someone who wants to make better videos. Thanks for watching this video so far. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel Video Epo. I will see you in another interesting video very soon. Until then, bye-bye.